owning my own business, and like we're all doing here, that's always difficult because there have been times where I thought I was going to be wrong about somebody, that this wasn't going to work out, that they actually turned out to be the best of the best. So I always try to be real cautious in my mind about judging on the energy that I get initially. Sometimes first impressions, people can make a little mistake or have a bad day or something. So I try to be careful. But yes, I have had people that I questioned a bit, or that my business partner truly wanted hired. And I was not satisfied with the whole setup and did anyway because of them, and wound up understanding that this was a mistake, and it became a hassle and difficult to handle, and kind of split the office. It was a really difficult situation.
Oh, okay. What about you, Dave? As a
Well,
business,
I haven't had as many hiring opportunities because I have only hired two employees and three, and they've all worked out great.
oh,
But
fortunate, that's good.
Girl.
yes, but what I will say is contracting with vendors, because as a business owner, sometimes I'll contract with vendors to do certain projects for me,
Uh-huh.
and I have had red flags, and I've invested the money, and sure enough, I'm like, this is not worth my money or
Yes.
time or headache. And I think it's the same. It works the same whether you are bringing someone on full time, though it's more liability there. But even when you're just hiring someone short term, or a 1099 or a vendor, it's still you kind of need to observe those red flags because they're still going to be costly with your
Right.
time and your energy. So yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I want to ask Abigail, as an employee, have you had red flags? And I do want our team, our guys out there, put in the comments, bless you. Have it been any red flags for you starting a job or interviewing for a job that you've ran into? And if so, why and what did you do?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've had to I've seen some red flags before, and I think I've talked about it on here before. The job that I had before I started working for you, I had worked at that company for a while, but I moved locations, and not so much when I interviewed, but whenever I actually started working there, the red flags were raising for me because I worked under a general manager and a couple other managers, and I felt like they a lot of responsibility was being put on me in terms of firing, not so much the hiring part because I was already involved in that, but my GM would not like fire people that their like disciplinary points added up and they didn't fire them, and so that was kind of left up to me, and I was like, well, you're asking someone new to come in here and start firing people. I feel like that's a red flag. You're kind of setting me up to lose respect to all of our employees. So those are kind of some of the red flags I noticed.
One of the things that and we talked about this before as well, trust in your gut.
Mhm.
A lot of times when those flags, those red flags are coming up, and even as an employee, you got to really trust your gut. When you have, and one of the big red flags for me is someone that's always engaging in gossip, or
Mhm.
someone that wants to come and bring something to me that they heard.
Drama.
Those are big red flags.